computer, record. All right, start recording over here, and we going live in 3, 2, 1.
Let me see.
Head into bed. We live.
Hey, what a way to start the week.
Right?
Yeah, we are live. Totally lit.
Let's get them tweets out.
All right.
Yes.
In the word of Smack, share them broadcasts. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast.
With the battle rap. Shorty, she a fatty.
How y'all brackets look? Can I get a good morning first? Can I at least get a good morning?
Yo, battle rap fans are the illest.
I bet your bracket trash. It's like, damn, good morning to you too.
Nah, we starting early. Tim, genius. What up, man? Good morning.
How's your bracket looking? Because mine's is a dud.
Good morning, y'all. I'm 5 out of 8, means I'm done. Good morning to the crew. What up? What up, y'all?
Yo, what up, y'all? 5 out of 8 is pretty good, man.
5 out of 8.
Yourself.
5 out of 8 is profitable if you take it individually.
I just want a day. Carolina runs battle rap. What up, twin?
What up, Shame?
None was wildin'. Shame God.
Dominican Republic, stand up. Yes, we got Dominicans in the building.
Aquí yo quiero trago. Aquí yo quiero trago. Aquí yo quiero trago. Aquí yo quiero trago. Yo, we wildin' this morning.
Yes.
You done got 4 right. You good. You yeah, you damn right about
Encendido. Yes.
¿Qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando?
All right, man. We got a handful of people in. Vlad, man, get us started. Give us an intro. Let people know that this is our new showtime, a new layout, new color.
I got you, player. Ladies and gents, Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast. We ventured off and we started doing the battle rap brunch, but we said that's not enough, man. We need to do this thing Monday through Thursday. So here we are, LTBR Daily. We will be on Monday through Thursdays, 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon. We'll have the recaps. We'll have the breakdowns. We'll have special guests. Everything that you love from the podcast, you're going to be getting that 4 times a week. Once again, Monday through Thursdays, 10:30 to noon. Please share the broadcast with everyone. Let them know that we're live. Let them know that we're lit. And let's get it cracking, man. Ultimate Madness weekend too, man. How was y'all weekend, guys?
And by the way, shout outs for the props. And one last thing, Vlad, to add on to your amazing introduction. Oh, shout out to another prop. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sheen the Punda.
Another special announcement as well that Vlad added on. Yes, we will be doing this daily, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. But not only that, the clips will be on YouTube, and the full show will be on every streaming platform the same day.
That's right.
The very
Apple
same
Podcasts,
day.
Spotify, Stitcher, Google, wherever you listen to. We're back on the grind, man. So it's August. We getting it cracking the right way.
Thank you, KJ the Great. Yo, I do got my coffee, KJ the Great. We've been up. We had our post-production meeting or pre-production meeting.
You can't see it because it's green.
And I got my water. Get money and drink water.
All right, guys, man, let's get it rocking, man. We start the show off always with controversy. We start off with the hottest topic. Let's set it off, man. We got an audience here. Let's talk about it. Mike P versus Ryder was probably one of the best battles of the tournament of Ultimate Madness 2, at least one of the most controversial ones, and also the closest margin of victory. It went down to a split decision. 2 of the judges had it split down the middle. And when it went to the fan vote, it was a 52-48 split, a 4% split, which equaled up to a 200 vote difference. Vlad, I'll start with you. Mike P advanced. He was the favorite, had a really great performance. Ryder had a very polarizing performance. Did the judges get it right, Vlad? Was Mike P win the right decision?
France, I loved what you said in the beginning that Mike P advanced. All right, because in my opinion, he didn't win this battle. And watching this battle, I gotta say, I was overwhelmingly going with Mike P in my predictions. I thought from what he did versus the Saga battle, he was just gonna go crazy and continue on his run. However, Ryder had a whole other game plan for this man. He got personal, he dug in. He also had a lot of bars too. Let's not sleep on that. So going over this battle, I thought the first round, Ryder came out firing. He showed me that vintage scorpion pound behind the hand type of Ryder in the first round, just bombing, haymakers, punches, going crazy. Mike P fired back, and I felt like he just came up just a little bit short. I felt like he didn't have the same sharpness that he had versus Saga. Like the bars just didn't reach. And I'm like, whoa, Ryder's up 1-0. This is crazy. Second round, Ryder gets personal, talks about being with Mike's lady in the past and everything. And it gets kind of crazy. You can see it really affecting, Mike. And third round, they both kind of came down just a little bit. But I thought that Ryder was sharper. Mike stumbled 3 times in that third round, and I felt like maybe he let the get to him, the breaking news get to him. But overall, I thought Ryder did an excellent job. This was the most composed. This was the most well-organized Ryder that I've ever seen. And to me, he won, And we'll get to those judges after that, man. Cece, what did you think about this battle?
Well, I'm going to say this. I needed Mike P to win to salvage my bracket, but I ain't no hating ass bitch. Ryder definitely won that battle, and I ain't gonna lie, I really was in and out for both of their thirds because I was still stuck on that second. Like and I think that's where Mike kind of stumbled in the third because it kind of hit him like, wait a minute, huh?
Like, what?
But I just feel like, just some advice for Mike P. Like, I feel like he can't be too upset because we all see what he did to Danny Myers.
We've talk about
other guys. We've seen other battlers like T-Top. I mean, T-Top still beat Arsenal, even though Arsenal started their battle off with his baby mama sex tape. So if T-Top ain't crying, if T-Top was still able to win that battle, Mike P, you gonna be cool. Just calm down, okay? Just relax. But I just wanted to say for Mike P, how you're reacting to it and how you're handling it is making it worse. Like, it's making it worse. So just keep that in mind because you're advancing to the next round. Don't think that Bill Collector and nobody else ain't gonna bring this up and do their own little creative way of addressing that as well. So you might as well start working on those rebuttals.
Thank you for the prop. Thank you for the prop, y'all. Let's throw this one to the chat before I give my take on this. I see a lot of people. Ryder won. Ryder got robbed. Punched through it, Mike. Mike cut everybody off.
Mike, let's go.
Bill Collector's gonna have all the angles. Gonna be all over
Is Ryder's second more infamous than Mike's second versus Danny?
I think. Second. Wait, that's a good question, Sam. I would say because they're both true, right?
All right, so
I wasn't in the sack. I don't know.
All right, so here's my take on the whole. Listen, Ryder's second round, fair game. It's battle rap, okay? Nobody had any problem when Don Marino talking about Do and Easy the Block Captain. We didn't have an issue when Arsenal and T-Top were that revenge porn being displayed on a brand new stream of a new company with hundreds of thousands of eyeballs on it. So we're not going to complain that Ryder is exposing something that probably the community already knew about, right? But then again, this is battle rap. Where having a job is a bad thing, where this culture is still a little behind in the 2000s, a little homophobic. And if this is information that all these battle rappers knew, this isn't new. Like if Ryder's not the only one, don't you think they all know this already? Right? And this is just another slut shaming angle that it's fun. It's fun. It's all great, but if you smash my girl before I got with her, like what's that to me? Like what?
It's not a big deal. Like Mike P, I'm a woman, so listen to me. Fuck these dudes. Listen to me. It's not a big deal because she's been with a lot of other people before you. Like, man, y'all can't be like. Shout out to who was it? I think it was Showtime P. He said it. He was like, yo, I don't care about anybody that was there before me, but she with me because she already know what's real. She know this is the best thing she got going. Like, no woman said I do to you. Anything before you don't matter no more. Like, that gets canceled out. Everybody got a pass fee. And everybody that's making fun of Mike P, trust and believe that your girl would crush your world and your spirit if you found out that she had a whole face and she was doing all kind of crazy shit before she met you. So it's not a big deal. Like, just punch through it, Mike. It's not a big deal.
See, let me double up. We want a women's tournament, right? You think these women aren't gonna get catty with each other about all these personal stuff? Like this is just a cherry on top of the ice cream. What Ryder and Mike P did. If we have a women's tournament, it's gonna get all types of crazy.
And most of them have been with a battler too. So it's like, who can, like, come on now.
Now, guys, I've got to play white devil's advocate now.
Devil's advocate.
And you got listen to me. So Ryder was on 3-Letter Man show. Shout out to 3-Letter Man. And he was saying the reason why he felt like it got to Mike that hard is because Mike didn't know, that was coming up. He probably didn't know about the entanglement at the time. And, homegirl wasn't at the venue or near or around or anything like that. Now, I got to ask you, battle rap is all about strategy. It's all about the content. It's all about what things get personal. Now, CC, you're in the radio field, right? Let's say some big strapping buck comes into the radio station and he's also and he's in the field too. And he's a popular guy. Maybe y'all hang out. Maybe things happen once or twice. But if y'all decide you guys are going to be exclusive and you're going to conferences, you guys are going to meetings, you're going to be seeing people from all over, should it be fair warning to the buck that, hey, these people that you might meet, this person, that person, should it all be spilled out on the table before this happens? Because you've got to strategize too if you're Mike or a battler like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'll speak for myself as a woman because, I ain't going to be the spokesperson for all women. But I would say for me personally, I would have definitely told Mike if I was in her shoes. Because number one, your man is going to war with somebody to win money. This is not just a regular battle. Y'all trying to win some money. And in battle rap, you have to understand that you have to prepare yourself to have somebody say the worst shit to you for 3 rounds in your face. So I don't understand. Like, I don't know if she did or didn't. I'm not in their relationship. I don't know them like, and it's not my business. But I'm saying hypothetically, if she did not tell him, that was kind of messed up on her part. You should have definitely gave him a heads up so he could have at least been able to rebuttal it or been ready for it if Ryder chose to go that route, which he did. That's just me as a woman.
Shout out to Smoke is Fire. Don't have me looking crazy in the streets. I totally agree with that one.
That I agree with, but to put a ribbon on it, I just want to say, is this really karma? I mean, it's not so much karma for what he did to Danny, because you're talking about somebody's drug addiction versus somebody talking about I slept with your woman before you.
Yeah, drug addiction. Yeah,
they're not the same topics. They're not the same topics.
Not.
But as far as karma as getting extremely personal, yes. And that's why it's all fair game. Ryder has no reason to, be hated on. Like, if anything, Ryder should be happy. He's the people's champ. Sometimes you'd rather be the people's champ in these kind of situations.
And even in this loss, he won. He's leading all the topics. He's the one everyone is talking about, whether you thought it was, crass or tasteless. The object of the game is to get the people talking. Now, I do got to say, what did we think about the judges, specifically when Method Man was saying that?
Oh, I got a segment of the judges.
All right. I got you, brother.
Yeah, I got a segment of the judges. We'll get there.
They're going to get their own section. But I thought it was totally fair game. And I think what Ryder was also saying was that, Mike has been through a drug addiction and depression and knows what it's like. So why use Danny's wife's, tribulations and trials in an angle where you know what it's like in real life? Like, you're going to make this person who has battled, who watches battle rap, who's married to a battle rapper, has kids with a battle rapper, relive this over and over and over again. So, what I do it as a man, like, put it out there. Listen, man, for $25K, just know that everything is fair game in battle rap. T-Rex said for 25, I feel somebody
at the end of the day,
what do you think they're going to do for 25?
Look, at the end of the day, Ryder sold his soul for the $25K, and I'm here for it. And I am here for it. All right, let's move on to our next topic. The second big headlining story of this weekend. Everybody's bracket was busted. I don't care what nobody says. I only know one human on this planet that had Holmesy and None. Shout outs to him. That's Certified Shooters. Shout outs to Certified Shooters because he actually had Holmesy and None advanced.
Salute to him, man.
Salute to him. He might be one of one. Seriously.
Wow.
But the brackets were busted. Both of the Christians went home in the first round. Loso was cheated. Mike's girls for the streets. Facts. I blame meth. We're gonna talk about it. Let's let's set off with the dumpster fire. Holmesy and Saga. I actually want to let Cece start this one off. Cece, what did you think of Saga's performance against Holmesy the God?
I'm just so disappointed because I had Saga winning the whole thing. I picked Saga to beat everybody. So my bracket is busted. My bracket is done and over with. But I feel like Saga again, like it just wasn't him. Like I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's just tired. He's just, he's been on a crazy 2-year run. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. But I mean, at the end of the day, Holmesy showed up. We all thought he was gonna die. We all thought he was gonna look bad, but he showed up. So I have to shout him out and give him credit because he did what he was supposed to do. Like Saga, it's just something. I don't know what's going on with him. Well, I think he just need to take a break.
First and foremost, shout out to Holmesy the God. You did the damn thing. I want to start off with some positivity. All right, let me wash off some of that stench from the last segment. All right, let me get this out of here. Holmesy, you showed up. You were in great form. You had everything that you needed to win this battle. You were well constructed. You were concise and to the point. Didn't waste too many bars. So salute to you for getting it together and making it happen. Because I will say I haven't always been the biggest Holmesy the God fan.
Thank you, Jay Boogie, for the prop.
You've been putting it together. Now, with that being said, I don't want to speak to Saga. I want to speak to Luis Lebron.
Is that his name?
That is his name, man. Mr. Puerto Rico, Luis Lebron. All right. Brother, I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know either.
Whatever it is, we have to get a hold of it. Throughout the battle, you were stumbling. I seen you revert back to the old Saga who would repeat the words and who would look for the gratification from the crowd and the thumbs up. And I saw that guy. I didn't see the Saga that I've been seeing for the past 2 years. Where is that Saga going? Like, what is going on? If things are going on the outside of battle rap, we're all human. We can respect it. Sometimes you might need a break. Sometimes you're mentally burnt out and you don't even know you're burnt out yet. Sometimes you just need to step back, get that appreciation back, that hunger back for the game, because even the punchlines, the delivery, the setups, they just didn't meet the bar that I've been seeing for the past 2 years.
They dry.
Yeah,
it's dry as hell.
So I don't know what happened, man. So
you're way too nice this morning. What's going on here? This is a guy that was a 90% favorite going into a battle where nobody was going to bet against him. He broke everyone's bracket for a reason. You know what I mean? This is a true disappointment. It's not like he lost by a split decision. It's not like he lost by a majority vote. He lost by a unanimous decision. I argue Holmesy would beat Saga worse than Mike P beat Saga. That's unacceptable. And I'm not saying it's unacceptable for Holmesy's side. I'm saying it's unacceptable that you just came off of a poor performance on the highest stage. Like, you just went to the finals and you shot 20% from the field, stunk it up all over the place. Then you get swept in the first round the next year in the playoffs. That can't happen.
It can't happen, man. It can't. That's what I'm saying. He might need to take a step back. He might need to take a chill pill. Yeah, and just regroup. That's what I was saying. Like, this ain't the.
He's gonna take a rest. He's gonna take a rest. He's gonna rest and focus on his music and his merch. And I agree with him. And it's not I'm not trying to be mean. I ain't trying to be like, man, I can fuck up, fuck Saga. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying that you've been on a crazy 2-year run. Mm-hmm. You deserve a break. Maybe it's just time for you to take a break.
You know what it is?
The pen is tired.
You know what it is? Sometimes when you work so hard to get to a goal, you exert so much energy to get there, and when you get there, you don't realize you still need energy to actually get through to the goal. Like, it's almost like you put in all this work, for example, to apply to jobs. You go crazy job hunting, interviews, recruiter meetings, all this stuff. You finally get the job, and then you show up late on your first day because you spent all that energy to get the job.
Or you've been working for a year to get the draws, and you finally about to get the draws and you just fall asleep right there, man. And it's like, bruh, you've been working for a year for this. What happened? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, he said it, not me. All right.
Get that cardio up, brother.
All right, but So this was on the west side of the bracket. Now the east side of the bracket. Loso and Nun Nun, another bracket buster, but a little less surprising because I told both of y'all stop sleeping on Nun Nun.
Yeah, but you ain't want to pick Nun Nun though. Latino Heat.
Hey, listen, I can't go against my guy. That's a different
Right.
Politics play into the.
You were talking, but you ain't put your money where your mouth is.
Politics play into account sometimes too, you know. But I will say this. Do you guys agree with me now that Nun Nun that faced Loso could have beat JC? I've been trying to say this. Nun Nun is good.
Nun Nun was fire, man. First of all, let's shout out Nun Nun. He was cooking. He cooked your man, yo.
Why the face, CC? Why the face?
Yo, Nun Nun.
Pump your brakes.
People were not expecting that to happen. I don't know what happened. Ever since he got the shades and the polo shirts and the hats to the back, we have seen a new revamped Nun Nun, and I like this guy, all right? We saw 100% Nun Nun beat an 80% Loso, and I'm not just saying that Nun Nun couldn't have beat Loso on 100, because when it comes to the pen, they're not that far off. And, you know, we've talked about this. Nun Nun and Loso have a different type of conviction, you know, like when they're spitting their bars. And Nun Nun didn't come to play. I feel like Loso thought he could come in, cruise at 80, get by, and even if it came down to the fan voting, it would go to the fans, so there's no way I could lose. But that wasn't the case yesterday, man. And what we realize is sometimes the people see a cocky Christian who can sound a little condescending, and they go, you ain't doing enough for me today, man. We going with Nun Nun.
I mean, I know Jesus is always by your side, but, you know, God don't like ugly. You know what I'm saying? God don't like ugly. And yeah, Loso did sound very condescending. But I would say this, Loso's first round was fire. Like, even though Nun Nun did great in his first round, I felt like what Loso did, it also showed levels. There is levels to this battle rap. There is levels to this pen. I just don't understand what really happened in Loso's second and third. Because I give the first to Loso.
That's what happened.
But I feel like he eased off the pedal his second and third. And I'm like, nah, like, y'all got to stop doing this in these tournaments. You have to be 100% in every single one. Like, you can't rely on luck or your opponent to mess up or come half-ass or these judges to be on some bull crap for you to win a battle. You got to be 100% every single round. Like, y'all got to stop doing that.
Before I throw it to the chat, my quick take on it is I think a rebuttal really won this entire battle, because when Loso had the J Mockingbird Hunger Games bar, Nun Nun had like this little smile, and he said, "This is what I'm gonna show you where you lacking at. You said I was mocking Jay, but you forgot I'm the fire cat." And like, I don't think everybody in that room was a Hunger Games fan, but just the fact, I definitely
know what he was talking about.
And I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've read half of one of the books. I never even finished this. Too much. I don't got the time for it. But I think just the rebuttal in itself got people up their seats because they didn't know Nun Nun could rebuttal. And so that added that momentum. And this is where I think Loso kind of lacks some awareness. Like, Loso has rebutted in the past. If he rebutted at that moment, he could have easily snatched back momentum. Like, yo, I can do this too. And this is where, like, moments where, like, A-Ward can really show his dominance. And I was just a little like, damn, like, this is where you kind of have to snatch back the crowd. And that rebuttal literally shifted the entire battle. Chat, talk to us. What do you guys think about Nun Nun and Loso? Was it correct? Were you surprised?
Nun Nun unbeatable, says Ken Brielle. Nun Nun did not win the
we don't have to talk about that.
But he won the battle. You know, Nun Nun name was
Loso 121. Yeah. Classic, close. Shouts to Battle Rap Trap. Henny Man in the building.
Young Henny Hayes. Saga and Loso thought they were going to split the 25K. Oh, man. Nun Nun did not. Nun Nun been fire. Yeah, Nun Nun been fire. France, was Nun Nun the biggest underdog in this entire tourney to you?
Hell yes.
Oh.
I mean, not to me, but to the people, yes.
Everybody was like, Nun Nun.
It just goes to prove, man, like anyone on 100 can win on any given Saturday. Like,
also, I think a little bit of Loso's momentum was stopped with all the reactions. Like, he kind of rapped as if he was in a room, and it looked like the room really loved that battle, because prior to that, we had two battles with like some chokes, so there was a little bit of momentum like faded out. So that room was like, oh yes, we got a war. These guys are going back and forth. They're hitting each other. They're going blow for blow. And so he kept kind of like stopping. And he mentioned he didn't get the chance to get his closing bars out. So
And
we
you know
got a
what?
little conspiracy theorist in the chat.
What they say?
What they say?
Devin 17th, he said Loso won, and he also said about how they put Nun's name for the fan folk. They put Nun up.
Oh, we got
like
we got that in our judges
okay,
statement.
we're gonna talk about
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about
in
it.
the
But
fan photo because I see other people talking about it. Okay.
But you know what else too though? Nun also came with some angles too. Like, listen, you know, is this all for battle rap? Because you know, when I needed to talk to you and this and that, like you weren't there. So even with the bars and everything mixed in there, he still tried to put his own little personal.
Shout outs to Dub. Thank you for the prop, Dub Love.
So yeah, once again, man, salute to Nun, man. He went crazy.
All right, let's move on, man. It's demon time.
Blow for blow.
It's demon time.
Oh, brother.
Tink the Demon made his return. It's a battle rap after maybe 3 years now, maybe close to 4 years against Franchise. And we were worried if he would be consistent. We were worried if he was going to be able to adapt. And I think his performance just speaks of inconsistency. His first round had a stumble. He was breathing heavy as if he just ran a couple miles. His second round was like a completely 180. His second round was a complete 180. His third round was also an angle that was a little less direct, but it was enough to squeak out the win. Vlad, I'll start with you. What do you think of Tink the Demon's return to battle rap and his performance on Saturday?
I think it was all right. I think his second round definitely showed me, listen, this brother can put a round together. Because the first round, not so well. Second round, he was cooking. He was hitting every J he was shooting. He was hitting every target that was moving. Tink was not playing in that second round. I thought the second round, pure fire. And if he stays on that level, you know, he's shaking off the ring rust. He's trying to see what's going to work. He has to see he's got to see what pacing is going to work. Like that pen, you know, writing in prison is not the same thing as writing when you're out and trying to get things together. That second round gave me hope, but I will say the first and the third, a little anemic, and those rounds are not going to be enough to move on in the rest of that tournament. But if he can harness that power from the second round, he could be dangerous, man.
Wasn't it his third round when he was trying to bring it back to like how
Battle Rap Trap? Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Henny.
Wasn't his third round when he brought it back to Franchise, talking shit about Americans and all this other stuff, but he Canadian in the American culture, which is battle rap. I like that. And then he was talking to the camera. I like when battlers do that. I like that, you know, because it's including us in it. You know, I like when battlers do that. That's that, you know, that's that hitman shit. I like that. But yeah, he's gonna have to work on that breathing because I was starting to get concerned. Because even when he was done, he was just, I'm like, okay, now, sir, are you good?
Let me ask this question to the chat real quick, and I want to ask you two. Were you guys surprised that Franchise, coming off an all-star year, a breakout year, maybe a career high year, 2019, wasn't able to put his foot on the gas pedal for this opportunity? Like, he's been in front of Av, Big T, JC, you know what I'm saying? Shotgun Suge, valid top-tier names. That it's like, wait, Franchise is more experienced. Like, this is something he should have been able to close the door on.
I had him winning too. Another one.
Franchise needs to change. Thank you for the prop, Jay. No, he's too repetitive. No, Franchise is like a diet rock. He's kind of ass. Damn. Franchise been stagnant after he battled Av, says M. Lang. Repetitive. His content runs dry, right?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with what I'm hearing. And, you know, going into the battle, this is why I like to give our votes. Like, if they want us to turn them in early, why can't we turn them in like 2 days before things happen? Because, you know, you hear of things like, you know, his friend, RIP to LB the Boss, you know, he passed away. So if you have a close friend that passed away, you're trying to write bars, you know, that can get in the way. But, you know, I saw Bill Collector, who lost the same great friend, step his game up and really deliver. You know, Franchise material over the past few battles, it has sound the same. We know what to expect. We know what we're going to get.
But wait.
Punchlines are not like over the top like killer bars anymore. So that makes it tough. It's not a Rum Nitty type of thing.
Rum Nitty sticks to his guns. Tay-Rock sticks to his guns. We don't get tired of him. Why do we get tired of Franchise doing so? Is it because he's not lyrical enough? Is it because he's not creative enough? Is it because he needs better writing with it? Like
it levels.
I think he maintains the same cadence throughout the entire battle. And, you know, if you're rhyming the same way for round one, round two, round 3. Like, it's going to affect the ears of the listener. And after a while, we're going to tune out. You know, he tried to angle him just a little bit, but it wasn't super effective. And when you're rapping at the same pace over and over and over again, it's like, all right, I might start looking at my phone. You know, especially if the punchlines aren't through the roof, like Nitty's punchlines, where I'm sitting there waiting to hear the next one. If it's just the knife will, and the sword and the AK, it's like, all right, I got it. I got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sound effects.
And I just think people don't like
knives.
franchise. Like, I'm gonna be bold and say it. I'm gonna say the obvious. People just don't like franchise.
We loved them last year.
I think it's also personality. I think
what Calico said, we loved them last year.
That people just don't like. People don't like franchise, like straight up.
He's a nice guy. Like, he's a nice guy, very pleasant, very polite. Like,
personality is just.
You know what? Real quick, there's something I forgot to mention earlier with the Mike P and Ryder thing, and I mentioned with franchise as well. Fans have this really strong pendulum swing on how they feel about somebody, because last year when franchise was a little under the radar, he was like underrated. He was getting his shots. Everybody was happy that he was exceeding expectations. In his interviews, really soft spoken. On the internet, kind of brash, not so friendly. And now it's like, well, we're tired of him. And with Mike P, he literally just went through a crazy stage where he was undervalued, got unknown, became the favorite, and is now like disliked. So it's just kind of crazy to see the pendulum swing on battlers in this culture sometimes. And this game loves nobody.
Rap, it's a game of what have you done for me lately, and you're just as good as your last battle. We know that this is how the game goes. So that's why we got to salute the guys who were forever like in the top 5, top 10. Yeah, I'm gonna
close it with this. Franchise, in my opinion, his career high performance was at Summer Impact Reloaded. I was in the building against Jack Boy. He needs a stage. He needs a crowd, because that, at least with that amp and energy, those lines, maybe they might not translate later on camera, but in the building, you can at least feel what he's trying to deliver to you. Right. But on to the next topic. Bill Collector delivers under a heavy heart. Losing LB the Boss, rest in peace, his brother. I didn't think he was actually going to be able to perform at a high level, because there's a lot going on in your life, and when real things hit, sometimes it's difficult to prepare for a 4-round tournament. And you have somebody like Young Cannon who came in at the same time as you did. He's going to be extra prepared. He's a vet. You can't just out vet this guy. But Bill Collector was out the pocket, had all these cadences, had all these flows, really showed up. And after his first round was a little sluggish, but his next two were incredible. Vlad, talk about it.
Yo, this was a vintage Bill. This was the Bill that I love to see. I've been arguing with people for years. When Bill Collector was hitting that rocky point in his career where people were writing him off, I always used to say, yo, no one has as many flows as Bill, as many personalities, like as much character, like just personality as Bill Collector, freestyle abilities, similes, tough bars, life bars, the ability to turn off the joking with the seriousness just like that. And in this battle, I felt like he displayed all of those attributes. Like you said, France, he had a heavy heart. He just lost a friend. He could have just thrown it in. He said it himself. He wanted to back out of this battle 3 times, but because of LB and hearing his voice in his head, he went ahead and put on a masterful performance. He changed flow so many times on him. He changed topics so many times on him. He just showed up and delivered. And this was Bill not straying away from his written material, just staying on topic, showing you that he can have a serious side as well as give you all of the entertainment and personalities wrapped up in one, man. Masterful performance by Bill Collector, in my opinion.
Yes, and definitely salute and love to Bill, because I wouldn't have blamed him if he backed out of it, because, everybody grieves differently, and some people just can't, not everybody could be able to do what he did and do a good job. So it's definitely love and support, and I know his friend LB is very proud of him and is smiling down on Bill, so I hope he knows that too. And but yeah, it was no sympathy votes or nothing. I had YK winning it, or I had picked him to win, but Bill, he did his thing. He definitely he did his thing, and we got to stop sleeping on Bill. I feel like a lot of times we always remember when we see Bill Collector, we always think of the you know, the super duper scope and him having fun and joking and stuff. But Bill can get serious, right? Bill can get serious and he can write something. He got bars, y'all. We got to stop sleeping on him.
CC, you got a prop from Dub. He says, I love you, CC. So thank you, Dub, for that.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
I want to say something. I feel like, although we gave Bill his flowers, I don't feel like we're criticizing young Cannon enough, because if you look at it, he is the oldest person on the URL roster in this tournament and didn't advance.
How old is he?
Not oldest as in age. I'm saying oldest as in the roster. Like, he's like, everybody been bailing on URL. He's been on URL for a decade now.
You're like, is he older than Ice? What's going on here?
You know,
listen, Cannon came and did what Cannon does, which is just consistent bars. You know, sometimes he can just reach a ceiling with the bars because it's just the same thing. Like, you know, it's going to be good, but when there's no variation to it. And then by the third round, you know, you might get a little word mix up here or there. It's just like, just wasn't enough to beat Bill Collector, man. Like, some of the bars, you know, with Cannon, sometimes you feel like, did I hear this before? It sounds similar to something else. You know, you're never mad at him, but it's not like
it's not captivating.
He's a rapper that you go home and talk about at the end of the night, you know. And Bill was on a beam that night too, so it just made it difficult for him, man. So, you know, he did his thing, but it just wasn't enough. Like, there's nothing to really hate on. It just wasn't enough.
It's not good enough. Like, YK, another one that I picked wrong. It's just.
Word.
Lord,
Jay Styles, man, prop gang.
Let's talk about the new wave, the Brooklyn on Brooklyn violence that went down on Saturday. Mr. Wavy set it off, and I think he broke his stigma. Shout out to Mr. Wavy real quick, right? Because he has a stigma of being a performer, not having bars. This is a small room. He has to rap. Last time we saw him in a small room was against Briz, and you saw how that looked. But now he's in a silent room where you had to listen to him. And Mr. Wavy had bars. This is kind of like when they say James Harden doesn't play defense, and we just saw him in the last 2 games. Like, he clamped Giannis. He got 16.
Shutting down a Greek freak.
Like these guys are breaking the stigmas that you fans try to throw on these people. Vlad, talk to me about this Brooklyn on Brooklyn violence, and what did you think of Mr. Wavy's performance?
Oh, man, France, first of all, I got to let you know, when that battle was running around, I was in the supermarket getting things for the newborn and food, right? So I'm waiting for the fried chicken joint to, you know what I mean, finish up. It's my cheat day. You know what I mean? And I'm standing there watching the joint. And I'm like, all right, Brooklyn on Brooklyn. I'm watching with a heavy heart. I'm like, URL, you guys are foul. You guys should have switched this battle Army on Army. And, Mr. Wavy, the guy who everyone says has no bars and is all delivery, mixed in some bars with the delivery, the performance, the cadence, the projection, and he just really big boy steams. Like, he really came out the gate just firing, hitting buzzer beaters on dudes, man, like hitting haymakers, the room's going crazy, and Steams did what I thought he was gonna do. And, you know, Wavy pointed it out, stumbling Steams, like throughout the entire battle, just tripping up on his words. He has a great pen, but he just has a propensity to either choke or stumble or both in a battle. And he couldn't complete the battle. Like, he just couldn't get out a clean round. And Wavy was just skating all over him, man. He turned it to the Empire Boulevard roller skating ring.
Real quick before CC says, I want to respond to a comment. Wavy was great. I think Steams had better material, says GFCR. Yes, so what if you have better material? It doesn't matter if you can't execute.
That's what I was going to say. I feel you got to have the whole package. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, Wavy, he got the delivery and the aggression, but a lot of people feel like he ain't saying nothing. While Steams, he's saying some shit.
He's saying
shit, but he's just dry. It's just like he's just going through his material. It's like, bro, you got to have the whole package. You got to have the whole package. You got to be able to not just write some crazy shit. You got to be able to deliver it and get these judges' attention. Like, I feel like some of them did kind of mention it. Like, yo, I was feeling what Steams wrote, but it just didn't hit the same compared to how Wavy delivered his. So
if you're stumbling throughout every round, there's no way you're going to win a battle. And I just feel like with some rappers, it's just part of their style. And we just don't want to admit that. I just feel like this is what Steams does. Like, he stumbles through every battle. if you look at some of Math Hoffa's battles, like he'll stumble over words in every battle. Except for the Hollow battle, he knew every word for that.
Oh, he was on point that night. I was there.
he ain't stumbled over a syllable.
Let me ask everybody. Let me ask everybody in the chat. I'm sure the answer is going to be yes. But did Mr. Wavy exceed your expectations? Talk to us out there. Everybody out there on caffeine. Did Mr. Wavy exceed your expectations? Nah.
I'm with you. No.
One syllable. Wavy got his soul back and some more.
Nope.
Right.
No, I picked Wavy to win. Wavy got his soul back and some more. Nah. Wow. Look at you guys.
Wow.
I agree.
No, Wavy would make semis. Kind of knew he was a dark horse. Okay.
Nah, Wavy already beat Shine, Twerk, and John. Wait. What? He beat John. Huh?
Raggy?
All right, look, just because these comments go away, don't mean you can't say whatever you want to say. All right, that's getting screenshotted. And Jim Bleaky, we're gonna have to have a conversation. You can't be acting up like this. I'm gonna have to call.
Oh my gosh! Interested to see how he does on short rest. That's a fact. Interested to see how he does on short rest. He ain't beat John. We all know that.
What is happening? We're gonna call the FBI.
We watched the battle.
No,
we gotta call the FBI on some of our supporters.
I think we might have to, man. The blicky. You got this one wrong, brother.
All right.
But hey, it's opinionated sports, so you know.
All right,
I ain't gonna argue you down.
I got a really interesting topic. You guys know we love sliding door moments. And for those that don't know what a sliding door moment is, it's like the big what if something happened, you know, and I feel like there's a lot of what ifs for this tournament before it even started. First, I want to start with this, right? The West Coast, they look very dominant on Saturday, but keep in mind, they were supposed to be pinned against each other. So I feel like they finessed the system and they both hit a lick. Now, big sliding door moment. What would have happened if EK and Danny had to face in the first round instead?
Oh man,
it would have been a bloodbath.
It would have been a classic. I'll say that.
A bloodbath.
It would have been a classic because I think both of these guys want to advance. They want to prove who's the best, and
I see.
You know, these two, they're not in the LLC movement, so I feel like they would have went for blood, like CC said. We would have missed out on a classic.
It would have been blood all over the walls. They would have took each other out. They would have sliced and diced each other and then shook hands and hugged each other afterwards. Like, it would have definitely been a classic, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm still happy that they didn't have to battle each other the first round because, like, yeah, I loved it. I love seeing the West doing what they do with just running shit. I'm a fan, okay? And EK and Danny did excellent. Even though, yes, you could say their opponents didn't do well. It still don't matter. They still did their thing. They were great first round.
So I see
that momentum to the second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I see that we can remix the West Coast battle, but the Brooklyn guys still had to battle one another.
Yes. Ain't nobody look.
To be fair, Vlad. To be fair,
based on the West Coast, what's going on here, man?
To be fair, Emerson Kennedy and Danny would have been a trilogy that happened earlier again this year. So I could at least I can respect that.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to get my biasness off.
Not the first round.
But it looks like they're coming to a collision course, so they can't avoid the smoke though. They can't avoid it.
But not the first round. Like, that's the thing. Not the first round. If they end up seeing each other later on, that's different.
It would have been tragic. It would have been really tragic if Reaper or Glue was in the second round and Danny wasn't. Last sliding door moment. This was really interesting. There was some speculation prior to the tournament about some of the names that declined the offer. And some of us knew behind the scenes without confirmation, but Loso confirmed it in his rounds against None. B-Dot, Jerry Wess declined this tournament. Makes you wonder, how far could B-Dot and Jerry Wess have made it in this environment? How dominant could they have been? Would they have gone to the semis? Would they gone to the finals? Would they have first round exits? I can't rule anything out anymore if I just seen the Christians leaving the first round.
I mean, that's true because we saw upsets, so that's true.
But I want to ask, I want to ask Caffeine, everybody on Caffeine, if B-Dot or Jerry Wess was in this tournament, how far do you think they can make it?
What's his creative? I think he would have done well. Facts. Shout out Brooklyn. Jerry West would have done his thing. Jerry would have won. All right.
I would have
DC man. M. Lang. Either one could have won it. Facts. CL Dub, what up? I would have picked either one to win it all. Oh,
I would have picked B Dot.
Jerry's second round, B Dot semis. B Dot would have smoked shit in the first round.
Because they both got great pen and they can get ready on short notice.
Oh,
I feel that them two can get ready on short notice.
Well,
so
we got someone saying Dot would have had pen fatigue.
I don't think so.
B Dot isn't a 2-week person. Okay.
So.
B Dot would have won the first, but not no more. He takes too long to write, says Tim the Genius.
Nah, come on, y'all.
We got the pendulum on both sides for this one, man. I thought.
Wait a minute. Oh, we got a debate here. Wait a minute.
I'm like, who's up at 8:15 in the morning? You know, caping for the West Coast this early. But
look, I fuck with the West. Let's go.
Yeah, our show is in West Coast friendly time. You have to wake up for us, but you know we got you in the afternoon. You could get a chance to hear the stream once we upload it. But Dot and Jerry would have been excellent additions to this. They would have increased the difficulty level, and I do think.
So who would they? So if they said no, who filled in?
Young Cannon was the fill-in, so you could swap Young Cannon out for one of those guys. And EK said he was the last
versus
person
Bill.
Added. Emerson Kennedy said he was the very last person added to the UM2 roster. So, last person added, but geez Louise, you could argue that he had 3 of the strongest rounds from Saturday.
He looked very dominant. And real quick, actually, before we leave EK, we're going to talk about the judges. EK's performance against Glue. Amazing, dominant, but Glueazy, 15 battles on URL, 4 battles with a choke, 26% CPR increase for the career, almost a quarter of his career. We mentioned that nobody gets upset, but when you talk about Chess's CPR, which is in the high 30s,
what CPR?
You talk about Surf CPR, which is in the high 30s. Talk about Twerk CPR, which is in the 40s.
Oh man, y'all sucking dick, man, riding dick, yo.
Come on, corny. You can't talk about my friend like that.
Where was Mike P defending Glueazy?
I guess Glueazy ain't got no friends because now one battler came out was like, man, y'all can't. Why y'all doing it? That's corny. So I guess Glueezy ain't got no friends in battle rap.
Oh, and battlers, be aware. We will have the live CPR ready when things happen. It was ready before the battle was over. Okay, we have the numbers ready.
It's there, man. We got the archive. We got the files, man.
All
right. Glue, you need to. Now everybody,
you got to spend some time in the G League. EK is a beast. Him versus Jay is a low-key classic. Glue and Chess have very different expectations from fans. That's true. Ooh,
that's a good point.
Nice. Talk that CPR-ish. Yeah, CPR ain't going away, man. As long as you got these guys who are choking multiple times a year and just stinking it up, it's going to be there, you know. But salute to all the guys who get through all their material. One time to you guys.
All right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I seen Glueazy and Bad News came to Columbus earlier this year, I believe. No, it was last year. And so, you know, they both did good. And I've seen Glueazy up close, and he's fire. I just don't know what's going on with him right now. It seems like he's just been on a downhill spiral, and he just hasn't been able to get himself out of it.
Well, yeah.
Maybe he need a break too.
Glueazy wasn't gonna get a lot of airtime because it's just not the content we need right now. But I'll speak on it real quickly. I was live in the building for Glue versus Av, right? And Geechee Gotti was flipping the coin for that battle. And to think that like a year and a half ago, between 2019 when Av and Glueazy battled, Geechee and Glueazy were on a Survivor Series making their names together, and they had I won't call it a classic, but the West Coast will probably call it a classic for their careers. And Glueazy looked very prominent. Then he went to battle Danny, went to battle Chess, battle Suge, and it just wasn't the same. And then against Av, he really won a round because he smacked some weed out somebody's hand. And that was like the peak of Glue. And I'm like, you know what? This hurts to see. Like, this is somebody that was literally right in front of you, who's a champion of the year, slipping your battle, and you're still on like this on a legacy stage.
How about this, France? I've seen Glueazy live 3 times, and he's choked all 3 times. Like,
damn,
it's not what you pay for when you go to see a battle. And what happens is after a while, you know, your expectations are so lowered for the person that you're not really interested in seeing what they're going to bring to the battle. And he used to be fire. He used to be great.
Bro, he was
And
fire
all
and
of a
come up
sudden,
it.
yeah, all of a sudden, like his last, I don't know, man, last year and a half, 2 years, it's just been like anemic material, choking here and there. And it's just like, what is happening? Like, you,
Yeah, I
my
don't know
friend,
what's
might need
going
to
on
take
with
a real
him.
break.
Let's get to the judging panel in the system, which is a major topic that everybody wants us to deep dive. Real quick though, shouts to Ref because he's in here and he is the man that made these designs. If you guys need any graphic design, shout out to Referee Nelson on Twitter. Fonz's manager. He makes probably everybody's battle rap designs in the culture. He does great work. So just wanted to give him a quick shout out. And 2 props. Dub says they love you again, CC. Oh, a lot of love for CC. KJ with another prop. Thank you. And some popcorn from Hardcore Flavor. Rest in peace, Adi Boom. We're going to get to that at the end. We're going to get to that at the end, all right? Because that's a bunch of nonsense.
Save the slop.
Save the slop, all right?
Word, man. And before we get to the next segment, everybody, please share the broadcast. Let everybody know that we are on live. If you are enjoying what's going on right now, share the broadcast. And if you want to leave a little something, the Cash App is there too. But most importantly, thank y'all for spending this morning with us, man.
All right, Vlad, the judging panel in the system. So our 4 judges: rapper 40 bars, battle rapper 40 bars, battle rapper Iron Solomon, industry rapper, celebrity, Method Man, hip hop legend, and a media member of ours, our media peer Tony Bro, who is now a 2-time panelist, and the fan vote.
Tony.
First off, Vlad, what did you think of the judging panel this go around, and what do you think of the fan voting system as a whole?
I thought the judging panel, fantastic. You know what I mean? You got a great variety there. You got a media guy. You got a battle rap legend who's been through multiple eras, certified, stamped. You've got a hip hop legend in Method Man. And you've got the lady who is one of the best that's been doing it for the past few years, the highest viewed in 40 bars. So everyone is well, and you got Tony Bro, you know, has been media for a long time, distinguished gentleman, and really puts the words together well. So no one was slacking. No one was lacking. Everyone is well qualified for this job. I love the variety that we got. A couple of things that they said that I didn't always agree with, and but we gonna get to that. Cece, what did you think of the panel?
I was excited. Like I said, when it was announced, I was happy about it because it was a diverse panel. It wasn't just, you know, I feel like everybody pays attention to all aspects of battle rap, especially for 40, Iron, and Tony. Now, Method Man, he was cool. I'm happy with him. I'm not, no slander, but I feel like there's a few things that he may need to understand when it comes to battle rap. Like, if you choke in a round, you don't win that round.
I thought that was a universal law. How did he not know that? Come on, man.
And my thing was, I didn't think we had to tell him that, because like you say, he's a hip hop legend. So you already know he's been around battle rap and he understands this culture. So I didn't understand why he made that decision that he did. Right. But you know, 40 bars, she definitely was on it, and I'm happy that she kept it a buck. Like, I had no issues with any of her picks, and I enjoyed whoever old boy was that kind of snuck in there in the background. I loved it. I just, you know, she looked great. I felt like, you know, I appreciate what Iron was saying, and you know, he kind of gave us a little bit more as far as like critiques, like good constructive criticism, you know what I'm saying? And you know, Tony, like, shout out, I didn't have a problem with him the first time. I know a lot of fans didn't have an issue with him as far as judging in the first tournament. So I'm content. I'm happy.
Yeah.
All right, so my biggest discrepancy is the fan vote, because I was paying very close attention to the chats when the URL would post out the votes, right? And there's 2 major flaws with it. One, the votes don't come out at the same time. So the fact that there is a time limit discrepancy between 2 names being published and the ability to select the name, I feel like that instantly kind of adds to some kind of psychological click, right? Second problem is you can vote for both names. So I can click both names and not just be ruled out. A third problem, but not as big as a problem, not necessarily a URL or caffeine thing. If you're watching the stream on somebody else's stream, you can't vote. So that's kind of why I think the watch parties aren't so successful with this, because like if you're watching Sue Surf stream with him, you can't vote on the battle, and you miss out on that opportunity to cast your opinion.
Which I don't understand why they're pushing people to go to these watch parties, but yet you can't vote. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like Smack even said this is why y'all need to watch it on Caffeine so you can be part of the voting process. But I definitely understand that there is also another glitch where you can vote on your phone and let's say on the laptop as well. So people can be getting more than one vote potentially if people want to be that fucking petty.
You do have to be signed in to vote. And that's another thing that Ryder was saying, that he felt like there was a whole 15 seconds at the end where you couldn't vote for him and his votes was just staying in the same place.
Yes, that was another one. His voting got taken off, and then Mike P's came up. They need to come on at the same time and get off at the same time.
Absolutely.
So we can just squash all this conspiracy shit. So so we all know that this was a fair vote if it comes down to the fan vote.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because Mike P and Rada and Loso and Nunn were really like a 4% or 2% and 5% marginal swing between the two, a couple hundreds of votes away from each other. So I'll let you know they were both very close battles, but the discrepancy was the time. So, I mean, who's to say that if it comes out equal, the results are not the same? We can't prove that, but you need to at least give the fairest opportunity possible,
Yeah, when that starts to happen, you start to get all the Sunday morning quarterbacks going, hey, this guy's got to deal with caffeine.
Monday morning. Oh, yeah, Sunday morning.
Right. He looks great on the screen. People are watching him. They're tuned in. Oh, what's a few seconds going to do? But that few seconds can cost you the battle. Because if you look at it,
it's so close.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Battle rap, it doesn't belong to Smack. It doesn't belong to any other league. It doesn't belong to media. It belongs to the people. And when you give people the opportunity of getting a fair vote, now you're just starting to, you're starting to take it out of the hands of who it belongs to. And I'm not saying this is deliberate. I don't have any proof of that. We're just saying that there's something that needs to be fixed to make this as fair as possible, because we know Mike P is way more popular than Ryder. And if it comes down to only a couple hundred votes, if they come on at the same time and leave at the same time, do we get the same results? Is this silk shirt man moving on next week? Like, how does this turn out?
I have a question.
Be 100% fair.
I got a question for you guys and a question for everybody in the chat as well. Do you think because URL made an accessible prize open to everyone, a cash prize at the end, the brackets, us being media, obviously with the media bracket, there's an incentive for us to vote for the people we want to make our opportunity to win cash more likely than who really won?
Yes, and yes.
I knew that's where you were going.
Watching the battles, friends, on Saturday, because, we filled out the media bracket. So we have people who, we would like to see win because, money's on the line. It's a bracket. There's pride, all of that stuff. But you have to separate that and say who actually won the battle, and I had to literally step back, take a few seconds and go, nah, I would be a sucker if I just voted for the person who I thought, was going to win in my bracket. I had to eat crow. I had to vote for the other guys a few times, in these battles. But not everyone is going to do that. And we know that. So yes, people are definitely going to be voting for people who they thought actually didn't win just so their brackets could stay intact. But, it's the price we got to pay for a chance to win some change, I guess.
I will say, yeah, go ahead, Cece.
But no, just real quick. That's why I said in the beginning of the show when we was recapping Mike P and why did I just have a brain fart? Mike P and Ryder. So I said that I ain't no hating that bitch. I had Ryder winning and I voted for Ryder. However, like you said, it's still like not if you got money on the line.
It's that split second where you're going. When you're going,
be like, what? Ain't nobody gonna know I was on some bullshit.
Real quick,
it was debatable anyway.
Yeah. Shouts to the tooth. What's the word, King? What's the word? And I see you out here. But I want to say this though. I do think people have swayed their votes for their own personal desires. However, Loso and Nundan kind of also breaks that theory because I don't know anybody who's
right.
in their bracket.
Right. So it's like the fact that Loso is way more popular. He got the whole Christian crowd jumping into caffeine, and none won the fan vote. Like, that's crazy. So,
I had to keep it a buck on that one too, even though I had Loso winning.
Right,
I mean, I had Loso win on my bracket.
Right. There could not have been that many, like,
a fun comment from one of our teammates here. People love underdogs more than the Christians.
Yeah, they sent both of them home, man.
Did they ever?
Oof. Hey, you know what though? At least they got to go home with one another. You know what I'm saying? They got to share the experience. They can console each other. Did CC just pause me?
She did pause you.
Pause.
It went down. She
definitely paused it.
I'm around guys too much. I swear. I'm around men too much.
Look, thankfully for us, we got a bunch of announcements over the weekend, so we still get some more content beyond the battles. And I'm going to start with this one. I know the chat won't be happy about it, and I'm actually here to defend it. Rum Nitty versus Drugz was announced. Let's throw it to the people in the chat. What do you guys think? I know y'all have Rum 3-0. Does anybody have Rum? Does anybody have? Does anybody have? Here's my question.
He says trash.
Vlad. Here's my question for the chat. It's not does anybody have Drugz winning. Does anybody have Rum 2-1? How about that?
Ooh, 30. Oh, RIP over the counter drugs.
Shouts to DNA's too. Drugz NWX affiliation starting to pay off. What's the word, King? I agree with you, King.
Yo, that impersonation is scary. But no reason. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. I'm pissed. Drugz gets Rum over a clear loss. I hate it. The best record versus the worst. Nitty could choke all three and still 30. Oh,
God no.
Rum has two. What did I say? Oh, I missed it. That's the NWX boost.
All right. Vlad, CC, before you guys go into it, I'm going to defend this battle off rip so that way you guys don't tear it down.
What is Drugz part of Latino Heat? What's going on here?
Drugz isn't part of Latino Heat, but I have to be fair when I have to be fair, right? Rum Nitty versus Don Marino was originally booked for Rookies versus Vets because we already heard the trenches and the rumblings. Rum Nitty confirmed, said, to URL, when they feel like you're ready, Don, I'll give you the shot. Don confirmed that he had a battle coming up with one of the best punchers, and this is going to be his biggest test. Don gets COVID. Needs a swap out. Rum Nitty says a bunch of other names that he also likes for a shot. He says Drugz' name. He says Don's name. And so this isn't like Drugz gets Rum Nitty after losing. No, because Rum Nitty still has to authorize this. He still has to sign his name off on it. He still has to agree. So URL asked him, who do you want to swap? And he picked Drugz. So if Rum Nitty is okay with the matchup, why do we have to not be okay with it?
I mean, I didn't know all that beforehand.
If he likes it,
because I was confused.
And the words from the great Michigan philosopher, easy money. You know, Rum knows. Listen, this is a bag. This is a check. Let me go do some clearing work, and let me go back home to Arizona and raise these 4 kids. And he's coming to do the damn thing. I like Drugz personally. I think he's a dope artist. I think he does his thing.
Except when he no-showed us. I don't like that.
You know, yeah. And he wanted to talk to us and then no-showed us. So he was definitely on RNT for that one. But I just feel like Nitty is just too powerful, too wordy, too creative, too complex. It's going to be a tough night for Drugz, but he's going to show up. You just got to make it debatable, make it a good battle. Make it a battle that we want to watch more than once and not just for Nitty.
I just see this. I'm just confused because I just feel like for me, it doesn't do anything for Nitty because it's like if he does what we all expect him to do.
Whoa, someone says Drugz 2-1 in the chat. Whoa. All
right.
Everybody get him. Trin City.
When the rest of the culture, the 99% of the culture see Nitty beat Drugz, everybody's going to say, well, you should have done. Of course, you're supposed to be Drugz. But then if Drugz makes it debatable or hangs in there, then people are going to slander Nitty for not doing what we all like. I just don't see. I don't know. Maybe I don't get it. But you know what? Good for Drugz. He got him a big plate. this is my thing for Drugz though. Like, cause I see him argue with bloggers all the time and fans. And, he doesn't feel like people put respect on his name. And you know what? Now you got Nitty. So let's see what you do versus Nitty. Like, this is your chance to finally show people that they need to put respect on your name and that you can hang with anybody and you deserve bigger plates and more respect in the culture. Because I know I've seen him say he doesn't get the respect he feel like he deserves because of other shit. But let's see what he can do.
If there was ever a time for him to sway the pendulum of his fan base and people that don't like him, it would be now. Because if
people don't like, that's another one. People don't like him either because, personality wise, people just don't mess with it. But, at the end of the day, I can care less if I like you or not. I don't like Big K as a person. I think he has tendencies that I don't like as a man. I don't like seeing that from a man. But you know what? I can't disrespect him as a battler. I think he's a really good battler. So same thing with Drugz. People ain't gonna like you, but show us that you worth it.
I mean, and Drugz has to take it in stride, right? Like, he knows he's not a fan favorite. He knows he gets a lot of hate from the fans. He has one of the worst workers on the app, 0 and 7. So that shows you that the fans, even online, are very critical of him. And plus, anybody going against Rum Nitty is probably not going to win the poll, even if you're a top tier, let alone somebody that the fans are not a fan of. So he's got to take it in stride. Just use these low expectations, let him fuel them, and hope for the best, because even Rum Nitty on a light day can park some shit.
Yeah, man. Shout out to T Major, because he was saying Nitty wants an opportunity to do some of the easiest name flips that he ever, has done.
Right.
And, we can't put that past certain rappers. Sometimes they look at maybe not the opponent, but what it would allow them to do with their pen and how creative they can get with it. So, salute to that. Project Rico said, why not get an easy bag while preparing for a bigger opponent? Nitty and Drugz will put on a show.
Real quick, DNA's Tooth says Riggs is punching air. I have to agree with that. Warren King. All right. Another match that was announced over the weekend: Chilla Jones versus Jerry Wess.
Now let's talk about this one.
Let's talk about this one.
Okay.
Come on.
This is a battle right here.
All right. Let's throw it to the chat first before we break it down. Chilla Jones versus Jerry Wess.
Chilla 4-0 says the Tooth. Good grief.
Warren King, you bugging out, King.
Word. Nah, this is crazy, man. Jerry 2-1. Jerry 2-1. All right. Brooklyn.
Chilla 2-1. He's going for champion of the year. I like that take.
Fire.
I don't see the Jerry hype. The Tooth is bugging. This will be close.
Yeah.
You're right. I am bugging. I mean, he's bugging. Jerry about to go winless against the Pens.
Oh, man.
Chilla's not losing in the quiet room.
Chilla gonna rip Jerry's head off.
This battle's going to be so fire. Jerry ain't never lost a battle. Whoa, is this Jerry West's burner account?
We got all the burner accounts.
A lot of burner accounts in here. I don't want to hear no Tooth slander, but there's a lot of burner accounts in here, right?
Can't call it fire battle though, says KJ. If Jerry has some new DLC, it'll get interesting. DLC.
Yeah.
Am I slipping on my battle rap slang?
Nah, you're just too old for that. You don't know what that means.
Oh, what's like one of them download packs?
There you go.
Like
You know a little something.
Still kicking it, man.
You know a little something.
Separately. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I don't feel that old anymore.
Hold on. My bad, y'all.
I throw the Vlad while you get it together over there. CC, Vlad, this match, talk to us.
Yo, this match is going to be crazy, man. Brooklyn bias in the house. Jerry Wess has been putting on. Always creative, always fire, always on one. Chilla Jones, not even low-key, high-key, is having a champion of the year run this year. I feel he has been undefeated thus far, and he's been going crazy. It's not his fault that everything is in COVID and we're having these battles with no folks in them, so we could really focus on that pen and the writing. Not only that, he stepped his delivery and performance up, so you can't even hate on that. Can't call the man boring. Jerry Wess is never boring. He's super creative, punchlines out the wazoo. This is going to be a match of wits. Now, I do feel like Chilla's experience might edge it out just a little bit for him, but this battle is going to be fire, man. Too close to call, but I got to stick with the Brooklyn bias, man. Jerry Wess is going to put an end to this Chilla run, and he's going to edge him out 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Chilla as well. I just feel that.
Oh no, I don't have Chilla. I got Jerry.
I love it. You guys are zigging
Jerry.
and zagging. You guys
I got
zigging and
Jerry.
zagging.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
it.
sorry.
I'll try to put me in that
then
Boston boat.
I'm still sticking with my Chilla. I just feel like, maybe I'm just more of a Chilla fan than Jerry was, but I got Chilla. I think it's going to be close though. I can see this going either way. I think it's going to be a debatable battle.
Oh, absolutely.
It's definitely going to be a debatable battle. I think they're both going to be fine in a small room with nobody. I think they both are good in those type of environments anyway. So, I mean, you can't really argue that point. They both got pins. I think it's going to be close, but I'm picking Chilla.
Yeah,
and I like what I saw Chilla do with Geechee. Like, I still give Chilla that battle.
CC,
you got. I know I love Geechee. I still got Chilla beating Geechee.
We got a shot being shot for you, CC. A nice rose prop. Thank you for that, D-Dub. And they proposed to you. CC, will you marry me? CC, do you love me? Are you riding? Do you never want to leave him beside me? Does he want you and he want me?
Yo, man. Throw pop, shoot your shot, man. Word of mother. CC is from Detroit, so it ain't nothing to a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Here I am.
Hey, we got a special guest coming in the house. Hold on, we got a special guest.
That better not.
Where's he at? Where's he at? Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, buddy.
The baby is here.
Hey, guys. The latest edition to Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast. My boy, Psalm, KG, again. He's just waking up. Say hi to the world. Hey. All right, buddy. Who you think Jerry West gonna kick Chilla Joe's ass? Brooklyn all day, baby. Brooklyn all day. All right. Peace and love, everyone. All right. Daddy gotta go back to work. You gotta
Good morning.
Say bye, everybody. Bye. All right, buddy.
We gotta give him a Let's Talk Battle Rap onesie.
Well, we have one already.
Yeah.
Oh, he gotta. Okay, next time he come on, we gotta. He gonna be on.
Thank you, KJ and Tim, Prop Gang.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Yes, may God bless the angel. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
Man, we got a baby appearance. We got the tooth. We got our team. What more can we ask for?
Now my uterus is turning. My uterus is ready to make a baby. I just need to find my king.
Hey, man.
Thank you for the prop, Kendall.
Yes.
Thank you. Another.
My king?
Hey, your king's in the chat. CC Dub is here.
Yo, for the love of CC, we gonna need to start a spinoff here. CC gonna be like, "You suck toes." Out of here.
I mean, do you know?
We got Shea 45. I love it. Yes.
Word of mother. Let's get hot in here.
All right. Another awesome announcement we got this weekend. One that I'm extremely excited about. Shotgun Suge versus Jada Nightwing was announced as the first match of Rookies versus Vets. Rookies versus Vets will not be an event. Instead, it'll be a series, a season. So it'll be taking place during the off weekends of Ultimate Madness 2. Looks like all these matches will be individual. Shotgun Suge and Jay. Mr. Shotgun Suge, who was on a healthy journey, salutes to him. You know, and Jada Nightwing, the contestant of the first tournament, who was the people's champ, by the way. They all have him winning on the votes. Vlad, talk to me about this Rookies versus Vet match. And real quick, Vlad, before you break it down, if you remember, we had Saga on a podcast a while back about Rookies versus Vets. And we said Saga's kind of like Jada Nightwing. How ironic that Jada Nightwing's now battling Suge and Saga battle Suge, Rookies versus Vets.
Yeah, I got to say this. It's going to be a long night for Jada Nightwing.
Oh.
Suge don't play on these Rookies versus Vets stage. You are not going to make your name off of Shotgun Sugar. The gals, them sugar. All right? On top of that, he's on his health kick. So you know what that says to me, friends? Like, the better you start to feel, the better that pen starts to flow, the better that memory starts to be. Now, you remember when he did the jackhammer. Imagine all the dunks, the spin moves, the hikes he could do, dropping all this weight and everything. He's going to show him that veteran leadership on that stage. He's going to show him how to work the room, work the cameras, and Jay the Nightwing will be greater after this battle. He will do just fine. But Shotgun Suge, he going to raise that bar just another level. He has that level of entertainment and fun that he could bring to a battle and memorable moments that Jay the Nightwing is working up to. Bars alone are not going to beat Shotgun Suge, unless you like Rum Nitty or something like that. But
right,
he's gonna show Jay the Nightwing how to work that little small room stage, man. It's gonna get crazy out there. Jay, be prepared.
I mean, you know, first off, shout out to Fat Poppy. He gonna be called Slim Poppy. You know, Suge on his thing. He looking good out here. Go ahead, Suge. But all like, I feel like Jay. I expect Jay to be aggressive. I know he knows, okay, I'm not going to let him bully me on stage. So definitely I expect Jay to be just as aggressive with Suge, like with anybody else, probably even more aggressive because he's going to be anticipating the pocket taps and the bumps and all the craziness. But I feel that, this is Suge. And I feel like, that's a good point that you made. Like when you feeling good, you perform better.
Hey, Cece, let me stop you for a second. The great Deion Sanders once said, when you look good, he said, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, they pay good. All right?
Okay.
He's coming for that ass, all right? Pause. Whoa, that sounds crazy. But Shotgun Suge ain't playing out here, man. Just remember that mantra when you wake up.
That. But you know what? I feel like, Suge is a vet. And I don't think he's going to allow no little rookie, okay? Just because, Jay's still feeling himself. He did very good. He did a good job. Even though he didn't win Ultimate Madness, he did a good job, and he carried the West on his back. So Jay got some momentum on his part as well. But it's going to be, levels to this. And Suge is going to show that there are levels to this. But I don't think Jay going to die. It's not going to be bad look for Jay. It's definitely going to be entertaining, but I got Suge 2-1.
Facts, man. And France, before you start, we think back,
he said
Saga versus Suge, T-Top versus Suge. We can argue that these two guys, well, T-Top clearly more experience, more everything. He's on a different level than Jay. Saga, different level than Jay. And compare where they were at that time in their career, where Jay is now, and now that he's battling Shotgun Suge, how do you see him faring compared to those other two guys that battle Shotgun Suge?
That's a great question, Vlad. And I want to say first, historically, Shotgun Suge has battled the most battlers that have ever done a PG on the URL league. So that's already history in itself. He's like a certified gatekeeper. I love Suge's mindset right now. I still would have to see what it looks like because I think in this smaller room, he's a little bit more limited as a performer. And he likes to push his pen, and I love that he likes to challenge himself. But as far as I'm concerned, the gatekeeping records, I have to go with Shotgun Suge. I need to see Jay snatch the win, Jay needs to snatch his respect. Not that he can't. He certainly can. And he has the lyrical advantage. But as far as I'm concerned, there's a reason why he's called the gatekeeper.
Yeah, listen, man. Suge, leave that pen at home, all right? Come do what you do, what we love to see you do, and you're going to go home with the victory. You try to change things up and try to get all lyrical, miracle, spiritual, and match the hollows and the whirlwinds and the whirling dervishes with Jay the Nightwing. This ain't going to be no Game of Thrones battle, man. Like, just come and do what Suge does. You're going to be fine.
We got our last two topics for the day.
Leave the Thanos club at home, bro. You don't need more than that. That's all I'm saying.
We got our last two topics for the day. Shout outs to Uncle Smack, who was drunk out his mind on Saturday night.
Mizzle.
Uncle Smizzle.
I love it.
And somebody needs to make a compilation of Drunk Smack. Somebody needs to do it. And if y'all need funding, email letstalkbattleup@gmail.com. We will pay for a compilation of Smack being drunk, slurring on his words. But while he was drunk, you got to take advantage and ask him some battle rap questions. He might just spill the beans, which he did. And he announced, or not necessarily announced, but he spoiled and spilled out that Pat Stay versus K-Shine will be going down 9/19, which is Summer Madness. The match has been pushed back twice. match has been pushed back twice already. We've known it's going to be in the works since about maybe November of last year.
Yeah.
Pat Stay didn't want it to happen in this small room, but something came over him. He's willing to do it. If franchise could cross the border, I'm sure Pat Stay could find a way to cross the border too.
Absolutely.
You know,
crying out loud. Listen, man, if franchise can get into the United States of America, there's no reason why a 6'6" white man cannot get into this country. All right, like let's stop playing games.
Let's throw it to the chat. I see some people. Shine 3-0.
Ooh.
Shine 3-0. Shine 2-1.
Shine 2-1. Pat 2-1. Shine 30. Shine going to 30. Shine 2-1. Wow.
Rest in peace, Shine.
Okay.
CC 30. Oh,
I
didn't know CC was battling. Yo, Tooth, you still in, King? No, Tooth, you still in? Who you got? Pat Stay, King Shine. What's the one? Franchise snuck in through the bando.
Does Pat swag work in an echo chamber?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where did the echo go? Man, that was crazy.
I don't know, but I like it in here. It's nice.
Yeah.
But it's nice in here. I like it.
Salute to JB and Black Market Media for getting rid of the echoes, man. He can rap too. The small room is not good for Shine. Pat not winning this at all. Shine too much of a killer for Pat's style. Franchise got a sports visa.
That's actually a good point. He does have a sports visa.
He still got one?
You don't know. You don't know.
I ain't know whipping in the kitchen was a sport, man. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. You know, franchise used to play for Real Madrid, man. Stop playing.
Sure, man. Salute to that brother.
All right, Vlad, I'll start off with you. Pat Stay versus K-Shine in the no audience room on Summer Madness. How do you see it partaking?
Listen, Pat Stay is a world-class battler. He's done this all around the world, all kinds of conditions. At this point, he's what you consider to be a professional battler. He's going to show up and show out. K-Shine, a killer. He hasn't lost in 2-3 years, but as of late, you know, you can tell like he's just a little bored with what's been going on. The competition just hasn't been driving him to be a 100% K-Shine. And with all that being said, K-Shine has said that he wanted this battle because this would be a difficult battle. He did not know how he would be able to defeat Pat Stay, and that gave him a rush. That makes him want to compete. That makes him want to defeat him. Pat Stay, he never plays. Now that he's where he's at in his career, you know, doing interviews with legends, all swagged out, doing little TV shows and all that. He don't want to lose that. He don't want to lose and give all that up. I see this battle, man, being a potential classic. But if I had to edge someone off of that first watch on Caffeine, I would edge it to Shine 2-1 by Razor's Edge. But this will be one that I'll watch over and over again.
Man, this is going to be close because they're both dangerous in their own right. Mm-hmm. You know, like Pat Stay, it's like Shine, like, you know, we always say this about battlers. Don't try to outwit or out funny Pat Stay. You really got to stick to your game book. You know what I'm saying? Like Pat Stay gonna do him. He's gonna make us laugh. He's gonna crack jokes on you. He's gonna bring up situations to make you kind of look bad and be like, "Oh yeah, he kind of did do that." That's kind of, you know, that's what he's gonna do. But I feel like Shine knows this. That's why he said this is gonna be one of the toughest battles that he will ever have. That's why he wanted it. And when he wants something that bad, like we have seen in history, when he wants somebody that bad, when he takes somebody serious, he comes with some of his best work. So this is gonna be a dog fight. Yeah, it's gonna be a dog fight.
And Cece, the part that I can't wait for is when Pat Stay hits that gear and he starts cracking jokes on K-Shine, and everyone in the room who's never inclined to laugh at Shine will not be able to help it, and we'll be laughing, and we will.
He gonna make
K-Shine laugh at himself. Also, we know that he has that, and we haven't really seen people able to use that kind of like angle on Shine, whatever he comes up with. So it's going to be interesting to see how Shine reacts to that when he starts clowning and cracking the jokes.
All right,
and
so
we've seen, my bad, real quick, and we've seen people try to get aggressive in Pat's face. You know what I'm saying? Like Pat, I feel like he's going to be able to hold that shit down too. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him versus Calico. You know, Calico was doing the pose. Okay, Tay Rock. You know, like. Pat Stay is just one of those dangerous, all well-around battlers. Like when we talk about, he's a well-rounded battler. So is Sean in his own right, but yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be tricky. I don't have a winner right now. I can't pick. I'm going either way.
All right, so I do think, we instantly label Pat Stay as funny and witty and all around well-rounded, but we kind of forget how well he can rap, how good of a freestyler he is. He can punchline whenever he really wants to. And this is a match where Kayshawn has to strategize more than Pat Stay. Pat Stay is another day in the office for him, but Kayshawn's never battled anybody like Pat Stay that can neglect and deflect everything that he does. And I know people don't really like the app records. They don't like the app standings or the votes on the app. But there's something telling about Kayshawn's record on the app. He's 2-5, right? Or 3-5, something like that. Losing record on the app. And it's because people don't like his content over time. And I can agree with that because Kayshawn is much more of an energetic guy. He's somebody you have to watch in person to really be captivated by him. But sometimes maybe his punchlines are it's not the content you want. So putting him in his room where he's going to be nonstop punching, and probably pull something out the bag because he's really original. He's a great performer. He's always creative. He's going to do something that Pat Stay is going to be impressed by, but he can easily just rebuttal, neglect it, deflate it, or set up a line man where Kayshawn's going to step into it and it's going to blow up. Like Pat Stay is a really smart battle rapper. There's a reason why he was top 2 champion of the year 2 years ago, and he only had one battle last year, which was a top 10 battle of the year. Like, he's very elite, and he's at his apex right now. Very dangerous guy. I don't know what Kayshawn can do with Pat Stay, to be honest with you.
Ooh, and this is why
don't think Kayshawn is gonna bring his crowd with him either.
Are they going? Is his crowd gonna get COVID tested? Because I got the word. The URL was.
Look what we saw with Twerk and Swamp.
URL was closed, but this is different now. URL is closing.
Okay.
They're closing the door on people.
NWX, but there was a lot of people up in that room cheering on for Twerk. So don't think that it's gonna be the same shit for either Pat or Kayshawn. They gonna have their own little audience.
This is going to be the big show. This is going to be the COVID series where everyone's going to have to get tested before they enter the building. Like,
this is with the COVID officer. Like, if you ain't get tested, you ain't got that proof that you negative, you ain't coming in the building. I'm not so sure if Kayshawn's entourage is willing to get that thing drawn up on their nose.
Look, that shit ain't no how. That thing go all the way to the back of your damn brain, damn near. That thing ain't.
All right, let's close off our show with this, guys. The last topic of the day. Shout out to Battle Rap Trap. Puts out some very interesting news. And real quick, big shout out to Henny, man.
Oh, Battle Rap Trap, yeah.
Fantastic job hosting. Jay
Yes,
Black
sir.
always does a great job hosting as well. On Battle Rap Trap, Tay-Rock decided to call out Official or Miss Hustle for Queen of the Ring versus URL if it goes down. So we'll ask the chat, who would you rather see Tay-Rock battle if Queen of the Ring versus URL goes down this year? Official or Miss Hustle?
Tay says, "Oh, official, wow. Rock versus O. O says Trend City. Man, everybody's saying official. Either way, he losing, says DC Man. Wow. Hustle would be more toxic. T Major, Hustle would definitely be way more toxic. I don't know why he's calling her out. I don't want to see another.
I don't want to see
situation.
I don't want to see it.
My heart can't take it right now. It's too much toxicity for me, man. Please battle Official. Do not battle Miss Hustle, Tay-Rock. Don't do it to yourself. It's been a long year. You've had a fantastic battle with Daylight. It's a classic in many people's eyes. Your stock has risen. People are now, commenting on how good your pen was. You don't want to go through the slop with Miss Hustle because she will go there and it's going to look crazy coming from an Amazon.
I mean, that is a stallion. Okay.
Wouldn't she be a mare? Ain't a stallion a male horse?
We're not going to go there, okay?
Oh, we're not going to go there.
It is what it is right now, okay?
Where's my Kufi at? You see what they've done to you? They want you out here wanting stallions instead of mares, my brothers.
Focus. But no, I feel like, yes, Hustle always has that, that the optics always looks crazy, whoever goes against Hustle, because she's just, she's a tall but thick woman as well. She could, she got all that. But I would say this, I would rather see Official anyways, That's what I was saying, because I feel that Official will be able to, and she's been doing good against the guys though. Like, if she want to take out Tay-Rock, let's go, girl. I'm all for the ladies. So Official, she got a pen. She know how to punch with. I mean, she went up against Nitty and held her own.
She did.
She did not die versus Nitty, and people are still saying that she beat Twerk. So let's go.
Official, if you get this battle, I will say this, you're going to have to close out all 3 rounds. Because versus Diz and versus Rum, towards the third, you gassed out. And can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make us get the CPR in this mother. So we got to see you close out all 3 rounds if you get Tay-Rock. I don't feel like Miss Hustle will just be a walk in the park. Toxicity aside, but I do feel like Tay-Rock will definitely have the advantage past that 1 round. But O will be a dogfight because her pen and her, punchlines and her delivery and her barking is just as big as his.
Yeah, she gonna bark on that.
The fight. But stay away from Hustle, man.
But Hustle gonna little boy rock. She gonna probably stand over him, be on some flip his hat off. Like, I can see Hustle get real disrespectful with Rock, and she knows she can't because what he gonna do.
I don't want to see Rock going, ay. Like, I don't want to see that. It's going to look crazy, man. It's going to be like him and Pat Stay all over again. And I'm like, what happens if Hustle just decides to, shove him and, just start manhandling him and all? Like, we don't want to see that, man. That's
grab the back of his shirt like, what's this? Y'all put this little punk in front of me.
I see that battle, man.
Well, that's all we got time for today. But, this is LTBR Daily. We're back at it tomorrow. Back at it Wednesday. We're back at it Thursday.
Yeah, man. Everyone, we will be here Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. sharp till noon. So get whatever you need to get right in the morning. Come and join us, man. We're all a family. Yes. So pull up. We're going to be here all week, man. LTBR Daily. Don't forget, whenever you're on, share the broadcast. Let people know if you're having a good time, if we lit. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, man, at 10:30. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Dub says, I love you, CC. CC. And for those that may have missed the show or want to hear it back, it will be on all streaming platforms within 2 hours, okay?
Yes. Peace.
Right. Amazing work, y'all.
Good shit, y'all.
Man, we got a lot of props.
You
got a lot of props.
Where the ladies at, man?
Shoot. Ever since I've been on Pig Stand, this boy, that was the guy that was when I was getting interviewed. Yes. He won't stop. And I was just like, he's talking about, will you marry me? I said, I thought you got a girl. He's like, divorce papers on the way. I'm like, you better stop. Because your girl come in my DMs, I'm going to cuss her out. Like, don't do that.
Oh,
Shade 45.
Let me find out ARP watches Pig Stand, yo.